Chào teacher.
Hi, Jenny, how are you? What's
I'm
wrong?
normal.
Oh,
I'm not
you're normal. Tell me, how was your day?
same as always.
And tell me anything interesting that's happening in your life?
No, but I wish to.
Yeah, and tell me if you had to wish something interesting had to happen, what would you wish for?
No, something that's really crazy.
Oh, yeah, me too. And tell me, Jenny, what did you do this morning?
Well, I wake up and then
Oh,
I
what?
wake up and I was a little bit tired and I randomly just sleep again. I don't know why, but I sleep again.
Oh.
And then I finally forced my body to wake up.
Mm-hmm.
I have to go exercise, like riding the bike in the middle of the road. Two
Oh,
times.
twice. And tell me, was it lots of fun?
Nope. It was traumatizing.
Why was it traumatizing? What happened?
I see dead as rat.
And what did you do?
I did nothing. What am I supposed to do rather than just look at it closer and just saw just over there just
Yeah.
on the line.
As long as you didn't touch it, that's okay.
Yeah.
Ah, we don't like to see things like that. And tell me, so you went cycling twice today? That's good exercise.
Oh yeah.
Wow. And tell me, do you like to cycle every day?
No.
Just now and again, maybe twice a week, 3 times a week. How many times a week do you cycle?
Well, only when it's Saturday or Sunday, I don't go cycle.
Ah, okay. Excellent. And tell me, do you do cycling by yourself or do you go with someone?
Well, with a dog supervisor, which I can go go back by myself if I want, but I don't. But I'm not allowed to do.
Okay. Thank you for sharing. So, Jenny, what we're going to do today is we're going to talk about, since you're talking about cycling, we're going to talk about should school sports be optional? So, does every student need to take part in sport class? Will it be better if students can choose if they want to play sports in school? So, what do you think? Should children be able to choose the sport they want to do?
Well, depending on which school and how many times did they get in just one sport. But no,
So, it shouldn't be optional.
but if well we can, but not really.
So, tell me, is sport in your school optional? Can you choose which sport you would like to do?
I can't. I have to do it.
Okay, so that you have to do everything they tell you to do.
Yes.
Hmm.
And it's not really tiring and it's not really that serious. The teacher don't even give us any attention at all. Even though we didn't even do any of the exercise rule and just over there talking and then just talking gibberish instead of just doing the PE things. Also, like I saw someone is like buying stuff in school, like a soda, a kind of soda. He
Yeah.
didn't drink it, but he poured to the tree to drink it.
The tree.
I know logic.
I know. What? Why would they do that? Crazy. Okay. Very interesting. So Let's have a look. I'm going to play a small video clip for you, okay, about school sports. So let's quickly have a look, and then we are going to talk more in detail about sport classes in school. Where's the video clip? There we go. Just give me 1 second.
Sport is absolutely important for the development of the child in terms of play, in terms of development of motor skills. There's the health element. There's the element of learning your place within a group, learning to relate to others, apart from the actual sports skills, but the whole socialization that sports provides, the development of leadership, the development of self-esteem, understanding your role within a group, understanding the fact that in order to do something, you need to be disciplined, you need to prepare yourself, decision making that is affected, and generally just to have fun and to be healthy. Some of the more important things in why sport activity is important.
By encouraging the child to play sport, your child is not going to be exposed to many of the dangers that exist in our society. So the child won't be involved in substance abuse. Your child might get away from gangsterism or things that can have a negative repercussion later in their lives. And by them being in sport and a parent supporting the child in sport, the child would excel.
And sport is just generally a microcosm of life. So all the challenges of life we experience through sport, and children through their interaction in sport then develop those skills which also assist in dealing with life better.
Sport has taught me to be a gentleman, especially cricket. So what sport does to me, it keeps me fit and it keeps my mentality moving forward, looking forward to learn new things.
What I enjoy more about playing sport is that it makes you active, it makes your mind think clearly, and it's also good for your health, and it also builds your body.
If you're involved in sports, then that means you're going to learn accountability, you're going to learn honesty, you're going to learn certain virtues that are going to help you, that when you're outside of school, you are a individual that brings benefit to your own community wherever you are.
Then, of course, sport can also become a career option. If children excel at sport in today's world, there's nothing holding them back, not only from earning a living through sport, but through the various auxiliary activities related to sport. So you don't have to be a top sports person to earn money, but you can have an interest in sport. You can become an official, you can become a coach, you can become an administrator, person doing events and so on. So there's every reason for a parent to encourage your children to be involved in the sporting environment, both from a fun perspective, from a learning perspective, from the physical perspective, but also from the fact that sport opens up new worlds to young people. So yeah, sport is an exceptionally important tool in the holistic development of our children.
Okay. So what did you think about that, Jenny?
Well, as all I can hear is they teach us how to be, being honest, but also like nice. So that's how.
And disciplined, yeah. And it teaches us so many things. So let's have a look, Jenny. Think of your best and worst sport classes at school. Explain why you really liked or disliked the classes. So which one do you enjoy?
Well, swimming.
And why do you enjoy swimming?
Because not only I can swim, but also like at first we have to exercise on land, because why? And also besides from exercise from land, sometimes when the teacher wasn't looking, I just talked to my friends. That's how it felt. But also like swimming, that's helped me a lot, you know. But sometimes it's kind of like, I don't know, the pressure the water is pressing to my chest, kind of trying to suffocate me, make me want to vomit, you know. But I can't. But also like we have the swimming time, and then after that we can have recess, but we still in the swimming pool. By that we can do anything else we want without have to do the school things, like splashing water. And sometimes I saw a lot of my friends trying to drown each other.
Oh, that's interesting. And is swimming a relaxing sport for you?
Oh no, it's not really relaxing, but it's really crazy. Like, it's kind of like when you're in a zoo that you didn't feed the animal in the zoo all the time and just let them starve, and then you put a one single steak, and then you already know what that means.
Oh no, is it really like that?
Yes, I cannot even have a place to have a talking time with my friend because the boys in the swimming pools always come after us and then just trying to drown us.
Oh no, that is not fun. Why are they doing that?
It's for fun. That's in my class a lot.
Okay, well, that is interesting. And tell me, Jenny, could you kindly share with me which sport class do you dislike completely and why?
Well, PE. Well, I know PE is good. It's just that it's not, the teacher is not really that serious, you know. The teacher just starts and that's nothing really. But our class didn't really exercise in that class, which is honestly kind of very true. But if the teacher says don't do anything besides talking and just playing stuff that is not mean to be exercise, then we have to do that all over again. Or we have to stay in one place and make a line, and we have to hold our hands up, which is well an hour. And
An hour?
and yes, it's that strict. But it's not really. Not really. Not really, okay? My hands are really sore in that hour, but it's like after the teacher saw the class clear, no nothing, no class, no talking, no gibberish, then he'll stop and make us go to class.
Ah, okay. Now I can understand why you dislike that class completely. And tell me, how many times a week did you used to have the PE class?
Normally it's like, well, sometimes, well, okay, maybe I forget. Well, it can be Monday sometime.
Oh, okay, so sometimes on a Monday. Okay. But
Monday,
it's not every Monday.
yeah, not every month. It can be Tuesday or Thursday or maybe both. I
Oh,
think.
okay. Excellent. Thank you for sharing, Jenny. Now I kind of get the idea. And do you like okay, so I already asked you about physical education class, okay? I already asked you that one, so we already discussed that. What is the most important reason to have PE classes? So why do you think you have to have PE classes?
Think that it helps us to keep us active and not lazing around. But also that's not really true because my class is just a bunch of monkeys. But also at the same time we can interact with each other and then just besties. You know, it's that easy for me to make friends, you know.
Yeah, and tell me, why would you refer to them as a bunch of monkeys? What do they do? Do they act like monkeys?
They do. Really crazy. And even though if we have a lot of sport and even though we run out of energy,
Yeah.
somehow in almost logically, physically, anything, somehow we just gain up back our energy in just a minute.
Wow, that's amazing. Wow, thank you for sharing, Jenny. Okay, so what we're going to do is, Jenny, we're going to read an article of Should School Sports Be Optional? Okay, so can you read for us the article? Let's see what other people has to say.
As school children have to learn subjects such as Korean math, science, English, and physical education. Students will always need Korean, and many will need English for jobs. But do we really need physical education class? Should students be allowed to choose if they want to do PE? Some people say that school sports should be optional. Some students are bad sport and worry so much about PE, they even don't want to go to school. Students who feel like this should be allowed to study a different subject. Another reason why school sports should be optional is that students feel tired. PE class is hard. Some students feel exhausted after sport class. As a result, they do not concentrate on other lessons at school. Other people say that every student should do PE sport class. It's an important lesson. One benefit is that it helps us to be healthy. Many children around the world are becoming obese. This because they sit down for too long and eat unhealthy snacks. PE class can help keep them in shape. And another benefit is that students learn many important skills. They learn about teamwork and communication. They learn not to quit. These are useful life skills.
Okay, very interesting. Now let's have a look. Based on what you read, why do many students need to learn English?
Well, an easy way to explain is like sometimes some of the job that they could find could have, like English sentence. Because sometimes people in other world can know English and can come here to the business and only know English. So I think that's why we need to learn English to do our job properly.
Ah, very true. And what can happen when students are really worried about PE class? Do you remember what
they could be really stressed on PE class and they sometimes kind of feel weak around others because sometimes they just a bit different. And sometimes they don't even want to go to school because of PA class. But another reason in my logical point is it could cause anxiety, stress, and also like people could bully some of other people who are weak. Or other people that's like obese, people that's bigger than other, and it's easy for them to get bullied. And it could cause them stress, anxiety, and they cannot even focus in class because of that.
Very true. So have you ever felt that you don't want to go to school because of PE class?
No, I never. PE class is just normal. It's just another way they save me is because that every time it was math class, PE always saved me. I don't need to learn math anymore.
Oh, okay. Excellent. And tell me, you mentioned that some kids get bullied in the PE classes. Doesn't happen in your school?
Well, it does if we are really stupid. It's just based on our IQ and if we're good on our homework or not. If we're bad, sad because we're going to get a lot of bully and hate on us. But I never been that. Even though I never try my best to go to do test, but I always got the high score in some biology now.
Yes, and tell me, has any of your friends ever been bullied because they didn't get a high score?
But technically, if you say friends, well, I'm not really friends with them. I could say them as frenemies. You know, frenemies.
Frenemies.
Well,
So okay, let's call them classmates. So your classmates, if any one of them does really bad and they got a really bad score, is there someone who bullies them because they got a bad score?
yes,
And why do you think they do that?
because like my class, like my friend in class always think that people that didn't do their homework properly and have a bad IQ and just a bit different from the other and weaker and also have a very small itty bitty voice and not confident and just a little weak. It's like being caught a big ass failure. And my friend hate those people, but we're not really that mean. We're not really trying to be a bullies because we're not every day we're gonna bully them. How much time am I gonna bully that? But also like at first we think, oh, maybe that's just okay. Maybe she just didn't learn well. So we try to help my classmates.
Yeah.
But it didn't end well. It didn't end well, okay?
Oh no.
Every time I try to explain the math things, the most easiest. Like even my sister could understand that. But still, alas, they still don't understand what I'm even talking.
Mm-hmm. I hear you. So some of them don't have maybe they don't have the knowledge and the skills to understand it. And why is it the problem if students are tired of the PE class?
Because like sometimes some of the school could have a PE class, which is normal for every school. It's just that type of PE class in school sometimes can be strict, sometimes it can be unsupervised, sometimes it just But if the school have PE class that's really strict on us and always take an eye on us that if we do our PE class or not, it's like kind of normal, but sometimes like the activities that the quote school PE class teaching us can be hard.
Can be quite tough, and then it exhausts you. Yeah. And why are many children becoming obese?
Because mostly as summer or holiday that it could be that holiday New Year, if I could say. People just meet their grandparents, which is sweet, yeah, but it's just that they don't really do anything else for some of those people. They just sit around doing nothing and just watch television, eat snacks, living their dream without even look at their health, which is really bad.
It is kind of bad because because they used to exercise in school. Now they are at home or they're their grandparents, and now they just sit in home and they just eat all day. And what life skills can students learn in sports class?
Well, they could learn to be independent. They could learn how to make friends. They could learn how to control our bodies and control what we're eating. And it's kind of like helping our brain to, stop being addicted to one thing that's very bad for our health.
Absolutely. That was well said. Cheney, that was really good. And it teaches us once again discipline and other life skills. So moving on to the next part, once again, just give me 1 second, Cheney. Sorry, my dog. So we have exhausted, obese, optional, quiet, and shape. Is there any of these words you would like me to elaborate on?
No.
Okay, so can you start off with the first sentence and then complete the sentences using the correct vocabulary word from the box?
As if we eat too much junk food, we will become obese. Number 2, if I was exhausted after playing and swimming at the beach all day. 3, I had to quit playing for my soccer team because I moved to a new city. 4, jogging and cycling help me to stay in shape. 5, if something is optional, you can decide whether you want to do it or not.
Absolutely. And do you think you should be able to, do you think it should be optional for you to choose your own sport at school?
No.
Okay, I like it. Now, moving on to the next part, opinion. So we're going to do the supporting and refuting part. Once again, Jenny, you are going to read number 1 to 4 and then going to match it with the supporting opinions of A to D. Okay, so you can start.
As physical education class helps students study better. 2, sport class is not important for our future. 3, playing sport can be dangerous for exercise important for student health. A, because we can get badly hurt. B, because they feel refreshed after exercising and can focus on their work. 4, because it doesn't help us to get jobs, good jobs. D, because they can get in shape.
Okay.
Number 1, physical education class can help students to study better. Is B, because they feel refreshed after exercising and can focus on their work. Number 2, sport class is not important for our futures. Is C, because it doesn't help us to get good jobs. 3, playing sport can be dangerous. Is A, because we can get badly hurt. 4, exercising important for student health. Is D, because they can get in shape.
Fantastic. Well done, Jenny. That was really good. So now let's have a look at the refuting part, okay, with the supporting opinions. Okay, so can you do this one for us?
As number 1, we don't need to be good at sport to enjoy them. 2, students are too tired to study after PE class. 3, we can try a new sport and find new hobby. 4, sport class doesn't help students to get good job when they are older. A, this is not true. Students learn many skills that they can use when they get jobs, and they also stay healthy. B, this is important because they will become fitter and not feel tired after a few sport lessons. C, people who are not good at sport don't feel like this. They don't like being in the sports. D, students don't go to school to find hobby. They go to school to learn. We don't need to be good at sport to enjoy them. As say, people who are good at sport don't feel like this. They don't like being in the wars. Why? Wait.
Okay. Take your time.
Let's skip that.
Yeah, skip it first and then go on to the next one.
As students are too tired to study after PE class. As B, this is not a problem because they will become fitter and do not feel tired after full sport lesson. It's B. Okay. 3, we can try a new sport to find new hobby. As D, students don't go to school to find hobby, they go to school to learn. It is 3 is D.
3 is D. Okay.
Number 4, sport class doesn't help students to get good job when they are older. As A, this is not true. Students learn many skills that they can use when they get jobs and also stay healthy. Wait, so number one, I was correct. So number one is C.
Yeah.
I was correct.
Yeah, you were correct. Well done. People are not good at sports, don't feel like this, they don't like being the worst. Well done, Jenny. That was excellent. Okay, so let's move on to our next one. So here we have our supporting opinions and opposing opinions. Once again, we're going to read through them, see what they have to say, why students should be allowed to choose their own their PE class. Okay, so can you read the first one there for us?
Students should be allowed to choose if they want to have physical education class. One reason is that sport do not help people to get into good university or get good job. Students should use time to study really important subjects. Another reason is that some students are very bad at playing sports. Even though they try really hard, they feel bad because they make mistakes or always lose. This is very embarrassing for the student. I got twisted. It would be much better if students can study something that they enjoy.
Okay, so now, once again, can you identify the main idea for us?
Students should be allowed to choose if they want to have physical education class.
Oh, now, give me the supporting reasons why.
As one reason is that
Jenny, I can't hear you.
wait.
There we go. There we go. Can hear you now. Okay.
One reason is that sport do not help people to get into good university or good job.
Okay. So the first reason is doesn't help get people into university or get a good job. Okay.
A student should use the time to study really important subject.
The next reason
is that some students are very bad at playing sport, even though they try very hard.
Yeah. Even though they try hard.
They feel bad because they make mistakes or always lose. This is very embarrassing for students.
That is very embarrassing for the students.
It will be much better if students can study something that they enjoy.
Right. So those are the reasons why they should be able to choose their PE class. So once again, because it won't help them to get into good universities or get a good job. And some of them they're really bad at playing sports, even if they try hard and they feel like they're always making a mistake and they feel like they're embarrassing themselves. Okay. And they feel that they can be much better at trying something they really can enjoy. And they can rather study for something that would matter to them. Okay, so that was the one part. Now let's move over to the opposing opinion. Can you read that for us?
Every student has to do physical education to begin with. PE class helps students to be healthy and fit. Students who are in shape have less stress and can study for longer. As a result, their scores can improve. Another great things about sport class is that we learn many skills that we can use all the time. Sport teaches leadership, communication, and many other things. These are skills that can help people to get good jobs.
Fantastic. Now, once again, can you identify the main idea for us?
As every student has to do physical education to begin with.
So now, why should they? Can you provide me the supporting reasons for why?
As PE class helps students to be healthy and fit. Students who are in shape.
Okay.
Have less stress and study for longer.
Oh, so they have less stress and can study for longer. So that's a good effect on the next one.
The school scores can improve inner great things. It's about sport class is that we learn many skills that we can use all the time.
Mm.
Or teachers leadership, communication, and many other things. These are skills that can help people to get good jobs.
Mm. Do you agree with that?
Well, how do we even good at communication? Oh wait, yeah. Sorry, I agree with that.
Excellent. That was really good, Jenny. Well done. Now moving on to our next part. Is sport class an important lesson? What do you think? What is your personal opinion?
Well, in my opinion, is good because like we could fit in with everybody, even though we try our best. It's okay because like if we even try our best and we didn't even fit in, it's okay. Even though we failed a lot, well, maybe like fail a lot, but somehow we can get used to it and then we can be very successful in the future. I've been there. But also like it's good because we can communicate with each other and we can easily make friends, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And sometimes we could be bored and we could do sports as the way we can play and keep us interact and also give a fit.
That's a good point. And tell me, do you think that all kids should be able to take a sport class?
Decide on the health, then yes.
Okay, I like that. And what skills do you think you learn in PE classes? What have you learned in your PE classes?
Well, independence and also do not care what anybody thinks about us.
Yeah.
Or if we said it or not, we can always try our best. Even though we fail a lot, it's okay because we saw a lot of people do that too.
Exactly.
And we could make a lot of friends.
Yeah, you can get to know other kids and you can make more friends. And should students be allowed to choose what sports they play? This is now the sport they choose to play, like soccer, basketball, badminton, swimming, anything, any other sport like hockey, athletics.
Maybe if it at home, then they can. If it at school, then I don't know.
And tell me, apart from PE classes, what sports do you do at school, Jenny?
Well, normally it's like jogging, but in one place, if that makes sense. And stretching, and also like swimming, which we had to hold our breath.
Yes.
And we could like have a recess time. Meanwhile, it's not really recess, but it's like it's kind of mean to us. Recess, but meanwhile in PE.
I like that. And tell me, is it a problem if students are really bad at sports? What do you think?
Well, it's not really a problem though, in my opinion. That's just normal to me.
Yeah, because not everyone can be good at sports. I mean, imagine everyone was, then sport wouldn't be like, you wouldn't get like your best performers. And if students don't do PE in school, what should they do instead?
Well, they could go swimming if I say. Well, in my in my schools, I think like PE and swimming is another different class because, like PE, PE take, longer, a little bit longer than swimming than I could expect to be.
Yeah, I can imagine. So, Jenny, can you hold your breath for a very long time underwater?
Well, underwater, well, without any bodies. But if it have anybody in the swimming pool, then I can't, because sometimes like holding breath like a couple minutes, sure, that's easy, but a couple hours, then that's can be a little bit hard, but also easy. But the most challenging thing is I have to sit in one place. That's the hard thing for me, because every time if I hit to a couple hours something, my body just gonna float like a rubber ducky or somehow, and then just flow like a boat.
Yeah.
And then I just hit like I hit other people. Like people always warn me to not do that, but I can't.
I know, but you know why? Because your body is full of air and it becomes an air bubble. And if you're holding your breath, it's like you're putting a stop there. So which means there's no place for the air to move out. Okay? It's like you're putting a lid on it. That's why you will start with floating like this in the water. Jenny, that was a really good speaking activity today. You did really, really well. Tell me that you enjoyed today's session.
Yes.
Was it fun to talk about activities and PE?
Yes.
Okay, so Jenny, for homework, please do us the honors and choose your favorite one between number 1 to 3.
As 3.
3. So students who choose not to do sports need to do something active. Okay, so you are going to oppose and refute for us on this one. You know how to do it. So Jenny, thank you so much for a great session. I am so proud of you. I really like the fact that you're so confident and that you express your thoughts, which is really, really informative. So thank you so much for a great session, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye, Jenny. Have a great day.
Bye-bye.